Do you feel like you're literally being cracked open, like ripped apart at the limbs? The mind is overwhelmed, the heart is achy. You're literally like almost feel like you're like not able to function properly. That's a 9-9 portal energy, backed up by the full moon we just had with the lunar eclipse. Okay, we are in the middle of eclipse season, and we are basically being grounded back into earth by releasing the grip. Okay, so many of us are like in this energy where we're gonna feel triggered, or we're gonna go back to our comfort zone of addictions and old patterns and things that feel comfortable to us, even though we know that they're toxic, even though we worked very hard to leave that thought pattern, to leave that specific person, place, thing, scenario. Okay, there's going to be things that are going to come to the surface that are going to make us feel really, really uncomfortable. Most likely with the throat chakra being cleared here. Okay, to speak up, to stand in our truth, to stay authentic, right? Stay true to ourselves here. And they're giving me like coping mechanisms. Okay, so many of us, when we are not dealt or given the tools and the resources to deal with heavy emotions, to understand how to physically heal ourselves through breath work, regulating our nervous system, right? Meditating, praying regularly, right? Sitting in stillness, kind of just like going inward. Those few things make the world of a difference when we're going through a lot of these major things, right? And this is God cracking us open. This is the universe saying, hello. And now anytime there's a major portal, anytime there's major things going on, that's usually what's happening, right? We're faced with the challenges, the obstacles, Mom? Right? With the distractions, okay? With things that are coming to the surface, the unknown, the psyche, the fears, the illusions, right? 222. Where do I go? How do I process this, right? So my beautiful angel, spirit guides, ancestors, the highest white light and decree, my beautiful higher self, what can we tell the beautiful viewer about the 9-9 portal, what they can expect, and some guidance through it? Yeah, what you can expect is a lot of anxiety, a lot of turmoil, a lot of restlessness, right? We're being cracked open, and the way that we get cracked open is by the heaviness, the burden, the rock bottom energy. Because when the rock bottom energy comes in, that's what forces us to look, right? Because if we're always comfortable and we're always just living in peace and we're always just like having the best time of our life, what do we need to look at, right? We're perfectly content. We have to feel the density. We have to feel the anxiety. It has to come to the surface. It has to stir us up to get us to look. And many of us, we don't understand what's happening, and or our old patterns and programming, our old coping mechanisms is what we go back to. So we start vaping, we start smoking, we start drinking, right? We start using whatever it is. We overindulge to fill the void, to feel that emptiness. When this is here to say, I need to be looked at so that we can move forward. I'm here to get you to go in a different direction, right? So that's how you're going to know that you are being affected by these energies right now, because it is catapulting you, okay? Catapulting you, okay, to let go, to walk away towards something that you love. Look at 8-8 showing up, okay? As above, so below. So many of us are going to be feeling these, like, they're using the word sensations, okay? I'm getting, like, really hot. It might be really hot where you are. You may feel hot. You may feel humid, right? It's like the body is, like, detoxing, resetting. There may be a lot of nervousness, like sweating. There may be anger, a lot of conflict, right? These types of things that are showing us where we need to leave, what we need to let go of, right? What's broken, what doesn't align anymore, what doesn't feel good anymore. And take a leap of faith and just jump. Free yourself. 444. You are protected. You are guided. You are aligning. Be like the balloon and just let go. Loosen the grip. That's what this was all about. You're being cracked open to loosen the grip. We cannot control everything. And when we try to control everything, that's our nervous system in survival mode, right? How can we allow ourselves to thrive and create when we're in constant survival? We can never feel safe and secure, right? So know that this 9-9 portal is literally here doing exactly that. So ground, center, spend some time in nature, go for a walk, go to a large body of water if you can. Put your feet on the grass, on earth, hug a tree. Spend time with your loved ones. Shut off the screens, turn off the phones, the tablets, the TVs, turn off the distractions, and tell yourself that you're safe. You're safe to surrender. Because once we surrender and we allow ourselves, 555, to shift, to move, to listen, to still ourselves, right? To kind of get in this hangman position. We don't want to stay here too long. We don't want to remain stuck. We don't want to get into a limbo. We want to surrender enough so that we can listen to what's happening, to feel what we need to feel, so that we can have a perspective shift. So that we can shift out of that old frame of mind. We can shift out of that old patterning, right? So that we can tap into our hearts and we can come back into a state of overflow. Not survival, not lack, not hardship, not struggle. To peace and love and calm and harmony and justice. But we can't get to those joyous feelings and emotions until we allow ourselves to actually move away. Move away, walk away from the turmoil, walk away. And that's exactly what this portal is doing for us, okay? With the world, all right? This is a major completion of cycles. This is really, really allowing many of us right now to pave new paths. To connect back to, they're telling me the original blueprint, okay? Because right now, this is, we're creating new earth, right? So many people are awakening. So many people are on healing journeys now. So many people are seeing the truth, right? The old facade, the masks, they're falling off. Everything is crumbling around us, right? So that's also another reason why it feels really, really heavy as, you know, as the years have been going by and the months. It's like we can't ignore it anymore. And if you are at that place in your life where you just feel the heaviness, like you can't ignore whatever it is that you're feeling, right? Like when I was first waking up, like the first thing that started happening with me was I was dreaming of my high school sweetheart because he was my catalyst, right? So his heaviness, everything came on top of me that happened between us, and that was my catalyst to move. That was my catalyst to move. Right? It was so heavy. It was so burdensome. I was flooded with just signs and sings and dreams. I couldn't get away from it. So that is happening to you if you have been ignoring, right? Whatever's heavy on the heart, whatever God is showing you in the dreams, in the signs, in your everyday life. It's to push you. It's to push you. Look at surrender to the sweetness. I'm telling you, it's to loosen our grip. It's to surrender. This portal is surrender so that we can move out of the stagnancy and we can allow in the love, the sweetness, the goodness, right? The joy, the peace, the harmony, the balance back into our lives. Venus energy, love and beauty, pleasure, joy, and to make love to life. Exactly. So for me, my catalyst was my first love, right? But it was also filled with a lot of pain and trauma that I was holding on to. So that's why it was my catalyst, right? So that contract that we had together was a catalyst for me, as I'm meant to be a catalyst for him, but that's up to him if he chooses to wake up, right? Everyone has a free will to choose what they do, right? But he was contracted in, we were contracted in together in this lifetime to help each other evolve, to help each other wake up. And I'm very, very blessed that I listened to that call. So allow yourself, I had to allow myself to look at that pain. I had to go back into the depths of that trauma, but it's turned me into who I am today, right? So allow yourself to surrender to the rock bottom energy right now, because it's going to bring you to the sweetness, to the goodness, to the yumminess that you deserve, that you desire. And I think that's amazing. So if you're interested in booking your own personal, purchasing my book, everything's linked in bio. If you're interested in any of these decks, also link in